Charlie Kirk passed away. I'm sure many of you know. He was murdered, assassinated, and I immediately had my thoughts and opinions, which I don't like to share my political thoughts, and it's not what I have this channel for, so I'm not going to disrespect you by doing that, because you followed me for a specific thing. So I was curious about his natal chart. I wanted to know, was this in the stars? We had an eclipse, right? Which gives fated endings, fated events, karmic, destined, events that are God-given, that you can't escape. We all knew this. I talked about it in previous videos. That's what eclipses are. Shadow period was the strongest. We were all feeling it. I just did a video on it yesterday. Something was wrong. You could feel it in the air. It was intense. You didn't know what. Something was off. But it wasn't like I'm confused, unstable energy. It was like firm, set, strong, divine energy. But scary, powerful. That's Saturn. That's divine. That's karmic. That's destiny. That's things you can't escape. This is Charlie Kirk's natal basics here, because I'm not able to get his birth time public. So I dug a little deeper. These are the transits that were happening yesterday. And for his natal Mars, his natal Sun, this is exactly the layout, so it makes sense. It was opposite his natal Mars in Cancer. It was his entity, his energies. It was heavy. It was confrontational energy. He was stepping into a debate. So I'm not surprised he was about to go debate, because it's Saturn retrograde in Pisces. His natal Mars being in Cancer, he was ready to debate. That was not surprising that was happening. Conflict, some external pressures. I'm guessing he was probably feeling this energy. He was probably stressed out. He was probably conflicted with stuff. He was probably, like my daughter in my video yesterday, thinking like, something's weird. Something's fucking weird. It's like he didn't know. It's a heads up. Like something's coming. There's something in the air. Just like my daughter came home and she's like, what the heck's going on? Pluto in Aquarius, forming tension in his natal sun in Libra. Crisis-inducing influence on identity and vitality. Well, it's self-explanatory there. Mars in Cancer's Leo transition zone, so trigger conflicts, arguments would arise with his debates. Simple explanation there. Hitting areas in his chart already sensitive. Eclipse season. Eclipse often coincide with sudden turning points, endings, or fated feeling events in astrology. I talk about this recently. I gave heads up. There will be endings. There will be fated. This is something none of us can avoid. We don't know what it is, but it's gonna happen. And it's all based on our charts, right? Here is a basic pull of his natal chart, not knowing his time again. I just got this pulled by ChatGPT. Quick and easy if you want to do it yourself. And it really explains. Again, you can see the heavy clustering in his chart. of destined endings. And again, you don't know. The cosmos is there to give you a heads up of what's on the horizon, just like a weather forecast, to prepare you, to emotionally, spiritually prepare you. I don't doubt. I know he was a man of God, and for that I have that mutual understanding. He tried. He tried really hard, and there's a lot he got wrong, but there's a lot he got right, at least from spiritual side of my viewpoints and his when it came to ideology and Christianity, etc. I'm not talking politics on that. But he was still a man of God. And I know that he was prepared spiritually. I just know that. For whatever he sensed it, I can almost feel like he sensed it. I have people reaching out that have no closeness with any kind of religion, and they have been sensing it. They sense these energies. They just can't pinpoint what it is. And Charlie Kirk was a man who at least feared God, so I know he sensed it, and I know he prepared in his own way. But this is what astrology is for. It's not to be worshipped. It's not to replace the Bible or God. It is specifically used as the Bible said it is to be used for, as a guide to help us, as a freaking weather map. There'll be signs. You look up to it to get heads up, to get a heads up on things. And this was definitely a heads up that something was off, that there were massive karmic things about to happen. And if we look deeper, we'll see what's going to shift from this. I'm not going to go into that. But just from this alone in his chart, it's interesting what you see when you pull up your natal chart and how it seems to always align with stuff in your life. It's not always going to be, it's not supposed to be accurate. Just like the weather's never accurate, perfect. The rain's going to start verbatim at 4:25 a.m. That's not reality. It's a summary, it's a heads up, it's a possibility. It can change because we have free will. God's given us a choice. We are human beings with choices. It's the beauty of it. So we can change what we see coming. I'm not no Calvinist. I ain't gonna debate that right now either. But either or, it's sad what happened. No matter if you agreed on his shit or not, I didn't agree with everything, but it's sad no matter what. And that's what we all need to take away from this. It's sad when children are dying in other countries. It's sad when justice is not done, when things are overlooked. It's sad when a Ukraine girl is murdered on a train. It's sad when things like this happen. And I think we all can agree to that. I don't think any of us disagree to that. I think we're all saddened when we see this. And I think that's where it needs to stop. That's where you need to just shut your mouth and leave it at that. We are sad to see this. And unless, I think at certain points, there's a time and a place. And discretion is really important. But in this video, I just wanted to focus on what I do best and what I'm most fascinated on. And that is spirituality and how that plays a part in our lives